What's up, everyone? It's your girl Jay, and welcome back to Daily Dose, a show where I talk about the hottest topics in K-pop. Where today I wanted to talk about a video clip that's kind of making its rounds on the internet. So, for those of you who don't know, Monsta X has been on tour in the US for the past couple weeks as part of iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball tour, which is basically a tour that takes place across the US, and it has like a bunch of different acts and different cities and things like that. And that alone was like a pretty cool achievement because they were like the first K-pop act to ever participate in this event, and they were alongside super big names like Cardi B and Shawn Mendes. So on December 7th, the tour had its New York stop, and it was at like a pretty legendary venue, Madison Square Garden. Now, according to what I heard on twitter.org, Monsta X originally weren't scheduled to be on this stop, but were asked to perform pretty much like last minute, the day before to be exact. But regardless, it all went well. They performed Shootout. It was great. So the actual issue comes in surrounding a video of them being interviewed by an American entertainment news outlet called Access at the event. Now, the overall interview was like low-key awkward, but this next clip in particular seems to be blowing up.
No, we're making history today.
How are you making history today?
Yeah, today.
The first K-pop group, you know?
First K-pop group to play Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. That's why.
Did you hear that BTS got a Grammy nomination today?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Today?
Congratulations for them. Yeah, we're very proud of like Korean singers, and they're all friends, you know?
Is that something you guys would like to do? Maybe next year you guys will get a Grammy nomination.
Hope so.
maybe.
Hope so. Hope so.
Imagine being this dusty. Like, imagine. Firstly, if you watch the full video, that was just a clip, but there's like a longer video. I think it was 100% obvious that this lady really didn't know anything about Monsta X, just by the way she was kind of hyper focused on like the event and, you know, stuff like how do you feel being a part of it and how do you feel, you know, being on this tour with insert big name here. You could just tell she was kind of just grabbing things because she really couldn't ask about them because she didn't know much about them. But even if that was the case, the fact that she couldn't even muster up like generic questions like talk about your latest release so they could really get into themselves and promote themselves was really weird and confusing. Like, I feel like the whole point of interviewing somebody is to get to know them and know their music, etc. But like here you don't really see much of that. Now, I'm not saying she should have asked them to all write a thesis paper about their discography, but like keeping the interview focused around Monsta X would have been nice. Now, onto the specific clip. I don't understand what would compel someone to ask about somebody else's achievement right after somebody just talked about their own achievement? Like, imagine I went and told my mom, all excited, I got a B on my test, and then she hits me with, cool, your sister got an A+. How do you feel about that? Like, what? In my opinion, it was very obvious to me the reason that she felt like she needed to insert the thing about BTS into the conversation. Now, there might have been some part of her who maybe was like, okay, look, I didn't do my base research, but I know they're a K-pop group, so let me bring up BTS. But even more so, I feel like she was looking for a headline. And I've started to notice this a lot about many, like, news outlets. They'll kind of just like bring up BTS during an artist interview, like whether, you know, Western or whatever, in hopes of kind of taking that clip or portion of the interview and putting it in the headline for clicks. And to be fair, it's not just BTS. I've seen this done with artists like Taylor Swift and things like that. I mean, look at how they titled the clip on YouTube. Like, they were there doing an interview with Monsta X, but look what they made the title. Like, have some respect for the current artist that you're talking to, in my opinion, is just like laziness. So of course, guys, that's what I think, but I want to know what you think. Do you think this lady was being rude? Do you think she just had a horrible way of trying to ask them about wanting to have a Grammy? Do you think she owes Monsta X an apology? Let me know down below, and see you guys next time on Daily Dose. Bye!